Hey everyone. So today I want to talk about something that comes up almost every time I talk to someone. And that is that they talk about feeling like something is missing in their life and they just can't identify it. So often people will talk about, they change jobs, they change relationships, they move house, they do all sorts of things looking to fulfill that missing thing, and they never seem to be able to get it right. It might go away for a short time, but in the long term, it keeps coming back, and they have this curiosity about, well, what's actually happening? Why am I continuing to feel this? And why is it that in so many respects, it's like I do this searching and I change all these things, but in some regards, life doesn't have any meaning. It's like this hole inside that doesn't seem to be filled. Now, the other side of that, of course, is that they feel incomplete as a person. And what's interesting is that they're often attracted to the idea of someone else completing them. They see that as a romantic thing in their life. They are completed by another person. My perspective on that is that that's not a good thing, because ultimately you end up in a situation where both people are trying to control the same circle, and there can only be one winner and there's always a loser. So they will either be in charge of that circle, or they will be in a circle that someone else is in charge of. And that leads to them having issues in the relationship because there's a power struggle, and no good can come from a power struggle. So what I'm talking about in that part is that in order to have a relationship that's balanced, you need to be a complete circle before you come into a relationship. And that complete circle is something that when you go and attract someone else, you will not attract someone who's a part circle anymore. You will only attract people who are a complete circle, because you don't feel a need to be completed anymore. Now, what I would say to that is that you've got a situation where you feel incomplete, you feel like you don't fit in, and that covers a whole range of things. It could be with work colleagues, it could be with family, it could be in your primary relationship, it could just be in general, but there's a strong sense in you that you don't fit in. And the other thing that I get told a lot is that people can't ignore this feeling. It just doesn't go away, no matter how hard they try. So they might ignore it and it might go, dormant for a period of time, but it will always raise up again, and it will always leave them curious about what it is that's missing and what it is they're meant to do to fix that feeling. So whether it's, starting a new job, moving to another place, having a new relationship, changing their clothes, whatever it might be, there's this strong sense that you feel like you need to do something external. The other thing that I get told a lot is that for those people, life feels humdrum for them. So they feel like it's, I guess, not fulfilling them in any way, that it's perhaps bordering on boring, because there's just something that just doesn't excite them. It doesn't get them up in the morning. And I have no doubt, if you're watching this, that you have felt the same things. So you also feel like no one gets you. And this is a critical thing here. One thing that I have recognized over the years of talking to people is that people want to be understood. People want others to get them. People want to be able to relate to other people and feel heard. And when that sense of something being missing comes into their life, they absolutely find that they're not being heard, that they're not being fulfilled in that regard, that the people around them don't understand who they are and where they're going and what they feel and what they don't feel. But the irony of this is that they don't even feel that about themselves. They're not really sure who they are. And the sad part about that is that you would feel alone. And this is a very common feeling. And you feel alone because you don't get yourself and other people don't get you. So you're stuck with this, what do I do? Where do I go? What do I say? What do I feel? What should I do? What should I change? So many questions and no answers. So what is this missing piece? And it's not answered by running away, by the way. You can try that. You can go and move to another state, another country. You can go and live on a mountaintops, you know, become at one with any aspect of our planet that you wish. But it doesn't matter where you go or what you do. It's not going to give you the answers. And you'll find that running away, you carry those challenges with you. So location is absolutely not the answer. So what is that missing piece? Well, that missing piece is actually you. You have lost touch with who you are and what your identity really is. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, as you were growing up, you were conditioned by society that you had to conform to some kind of ideal or normality in order to function. And at some point, you gave up yourself to be a particular person. And you know, someone said you have to be blue and green. And so you tried to be blue and green, but in reality, you're orange and yellow. So one of the most important things here is a journey of self-discovery. So in order for you to fulfill that missing piece, you're never going to find it externally. You'll only ever find it internally. And that's by learning who you are and what you're doing in your life. You need to be in charge of what's going on, no one else. Now, how do you do that? All right, well, the first thing is write down a list of all the things that you've ever loved doing. And it doesn't go back to the day dot that you can remember. And write down that list of things that you love doing. And then make a note next to it and say, well, how long since I've done that? How long is it that I have splashed in a puddle or ridden a bike or read a book or watched a movie or played with my pets or whatever it might be? How long is it since you've done those things? And look at the people around you. Are they encouraging you to be your true self, or are they encouraging you to be this image that they believe everyone should conform to? Now, the next thing is list all the things that you don't like doing. And I can almost guarantee that the list of things you don't like doing and when you last did them is vastly different to the liking things. And you'll find that almost daily you're doing things you don't like and not doing the things you do like. So that's a big eye-opener for you. Why are you doing things you don't like? Why are you hanging around people you don't relate to? Why are you getting up in the morning and feeling like you're defeated already? These are all things that you can take charge of and you can change. And it simply starts with doing the things on that list of things that you like doing and looking for new things. So go out and discover new things that you can enjoy. Now, you might try bungee jumping and go, I'm not doing that again. That was scary. Or you might decide that you join a local theatre group and acting is absolutely something you just fall into place with. But if you're talking to the universe, if you're talking to people, you will absolutely find that things will come into your life that you hadn't done before. And that's really, really important. And so you will start making your life a happy one because you're starting to do things you like doing. Now, you might say to me, I hate my job, but I have to work. I've got bills to pay. Sure, I get that. Now, that might be just your perspective on it. It could just be that there are people there you don't like. It could be that maybe it's time to change jobs. I can't give you generic answers that will fit every situation, but given that you spend the majority of your waking time working, it's important that it's something that's fulfilling to you and something that you love doing. And if it isn't, maybe consider changing what you're doing to something that will give you those things. So moving forward, once you start doing this stuff where you're looking for the stuff you love and eliminating the things that you don't, you'll start to realize that that missing piece feeling will go away. You'll feel more fulfilled in life. And the future actually starts to look bright because you're suddenly on this adventure of you. And this adventure will give you such a beautiful experience. Anyway, that's all for now. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get notified of new videos. Please, please, please visit my website. And if you can, I would be eternally grateful if you visit Patreon and become a patron, because that allows me to create more videos like this for you. I'll put links to all that below. Have an amazing day. Talk soon.